This is Shevii, the seventh reading of our weekly Torah portion of Bo, and Maftir, the final reading, which is the last few verses, usually the last three or four verses of Shevii, of the seventh reading. The seventh reading is in Exodus chapter 31, verse 1 through 16, 16 verses, and the final reading will be 14 through 16 of the same chapter. Exodus chapter 31 through 16. Seventh reading, starting with verse 1. V'yidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Kadesh li kol bechor peter kol rechem b'bnei Yisrael v'adam u'v'hema li hu. Sanctify to me every firstborn, every one that opens the womb among the children of Israel, among man and among animals, it is mine. Vayomer Moshe el ha'am, zechor et hayom hazeh, asher yatzatem miMitzrayim מבית עבדים, כי בחוזק יד הוציא אדוני אתכם מזה, ולא יאכל chametz. Moses said to the people, remember this day when you went out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. With a mighty hand the Lord took you out of here, and therefore no leaven shall be eaten. Hayom atem yotzim bechodesh ha'aviv. Today you are going out in the month of spring. V'haya ki yaviach Adonai el eretz haknaani v'hachiti v'ha'emori v'hachivi v'hevusi asher nishba la'avotecha latet lach eretz zavat chalav u'devash ve'avadeta et ha'avodah hazot b'chodesh hazeh. And it will come to pass that the Lord will bring you into the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, which he swore to your forefathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, and you shall perform this service in this month. Shivat yamim tochal matzot, uvayom hashvi'i chag l'Adonai. For 7 days you shall eat unleavened cakes, and on the seventh day there is a festival for the Lord. Matzot yachel et shivat hayamim, ולא יראה לך חמץ ולא יראה לך שאור בכל גבוליך. Unleavened cakes shall be eaten during the 7 days, and no leaven shall be seen of yours in your possession, and no leavening shall be seen of yours throughout all your borders. והגדת לבנך ביום ההוא לאמור, בעבור זה עשה אדוני לי בצאתי ממצרים. And you shall tell your son on that day, saying, because of this the Lord did for me when I went out of Egypt. והיה לך לאות על ידך ולזכרון בין עיניך, למען תהיה תורת אדוני בפיך, כי ביד חזקה הוציאך אדוני ממצרים. And it shall be to you as a sign upon your hand, and a remembrance between your eyes, in order that the law of the Lord shall be in your mouth. For with a mighty hand the Lord took you out of Egypt. Out of the house of bondage. see. I'll make sure I had that right. And you shall tell your son that day, I skipped some verses. Verse 8. And you shall tell your son, okay, then we did verse 9, it should be a sign in your hand, in your eyes. Out of Egypt. Okay, verse 9, verse 10. Verse 10. ושמרת את החוקה הזאת למועדם ימים ימימה. And you shall keep this statute at its appointed time from year to year. והיה קביעך אדוני על ארץ הכנעני כאשר נשבע לך ולאבותיך ונתנה לך. And it will come to pass when the Lord will bring you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and to your forefathers, and he has given it to you. ועברת כל פטר רחם לאדוני וכל פטר שגר בהמה אשר יהיה לך הזכרים לאדוני. That you shall give over to the Lord whatever opens the womb, and every miscarriage that opens the womb of an animal which will be yours, the males belong to the Lord. וכל פטר חמור תפדה בזה, ואם לא תפדה וערפתו. כל בכור אדם בבניך תפדה. And every firstborn donkey you shall redeem with a lamb. And if you do not redeem it, you shall decapitate it. And every firstborn of man among your sons you shall redeem. והיה כי ישאלך בנך מחר לאמור מה זאת? ואמרת אליו בחוזק יד הוציאנו אדוני ממצרים מבית עבדים. And it will come to pass, if your son asks you in the future, saying, what is this? You shall say to him, with a mighty hand did the Lord take us out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. ויהי כי הקשה פרעה לשלחנו, ויהרוג אדוני כל בכור בארץ מצרים, מבכור אדם, ויד בכור בהמה, על כן אני זובח לאדוני כל פטר רחם הזכרים, וכל בכור בני אפדה. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh was too stubborn to let us out, the Lord slew every firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of the beast. Therefore I slaughter for a sacrifice all males that open the womb, and every firstborn of my sons I will redeem. והיה לאות על ידך ולטוטפות בין עיניך כי בחוזק יד הוציאנו אדוני ממצרים. And it shall be for a sign upon your hand, and for ornaments between your eyes, for with a mighty hand did the Lord take us out of Egypt. And now for the final reading, the Maftir will be from verse 14 through 16. והיה כי ישאלך בנך מחר לאמור מה זאת? ואמרת אליו בחוזק יד הוציאנו אדוני ממצרים מבית עבדים. And it will come to pass, if your son asks you in the future, saying, what is this? You shall say to him, with a mighty hand did the Lord take us out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. ויהי כי הקשה פרעה לשלחנו, ויהרוג אדוני כל בכור בארץ מצרים, מבכור אדם ויד בכור בהמה. על כן אני זובח לאדוני כל פטר רחם הזכרים, כל בכור בני אפדה. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh was too stubborn to let us out, the Lord slew every firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I slaughter for a sacrifice all males that open the womb, and every firstborn of my sons will I redeem. והיה לאות על ידך ולטוטפות בין עיניך כי בחוזק יד הוציאנו אדוני ממצרים. And it shall be for a sign upon your hand, and for ornaments between your eyes, For with a mighty hand did the Lord take us out of Egypt.